Before you say another word to yourself today, answer this. If a stranger spoke to you the way you speak to yourself, would you stay in the room? Most people wouldn't. And that's the problem. The way you talk to yourself is the foundation of your entire life. It controls how you think, how you act, and ultimately what you achieve. You are either building yourself up or tearing yourself down. There is no in between. But here's the truth most people never realize. You can change it right now in just one day. What if for the next 24 hours, you spoke to yourself as if you were already successful, already powerful, already worthy of everything you desire? Just one day. That's all I ask. Because if you can do it for one day, you'll prove to yourself that you can do it for a lifetime. The way you speak to yourself determines everything. Your actions, your mindset, your confidence, and ultimately your destiny. Every single day, from the moment you wake up to the second you fall asleep, there's a conversation happening in your mind. Most people don't even realize it's happening, but it's there, shaping the way they see themselves and the world. The problem is, for most people, that conversation is toxic. It's full of doubt, fear, hesitation, and negativity. It's the silent force that keeps them stuck in the same patterns, making the same mistakes and feeling the same frustrations year after year. Your self-talk is the foundation of your entire life. It controls whether you take action or procrastinate, whether you push through challenges or only obstacles. If you've ever felt like no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to break through to that next level in your life, it's because the conversation in your mind isn't supporting the person you want to become. It's keeping you trapped in who you've always been. And here's the scary part. Most of that self-talk is automatic. It's been running in the background for years, shaped by past experiences, failures, and the opinions of other people. But what if, for just one day, you took control of that voice? What if instead of repeating the same limiting beliefs, you spoke to yourself with power, clarity, and confidence? What if instead of doubting yourself, you started reinforcing your strengths? What if you decided just for 24 hours to program your mind like the most unstoppable version of you? The way you speak to yourself is not just a reflection of who you are, it's a blueprint for who you will become. Imagine waking up tomorrow and for the first time consciously deciding how you will speak to yourself. No more letting your thoughts run on autopilot. No more repeating the same self-doubt. No more feeding into limitations that have held you back for years. Just one day where every word you say to yourself is intentional, powerful, and aligned with the person you want to become. Most people don't realize how much power they have over their own minds. They assume that their thoughts are just there, uncontrollable, like background noise they can't turn off. But the truth is, you have the ability to take control of that inner dialogue and reprogram your mind in ways that will completely shift your perspective, your emotions, and ultimately your actions. The way you speak to yourself determines what you believe about yourself. And what you believe about yourself determines what you do. If you tell yourself you're too tired, too busy, not good enough, or that success is out of reach, your mind will accept it as truth. And your actions will reflect it. But if for just one day you flip that script, if you started telling yourself that you are disciplined, capable, and powerful, your mind would start working in alignment with that reality. Your energy would change, your confidence would grow, and suddenly the things that once felt impossible would start to feel within reach. One day of intentional self-talk is enough to show you how much control you actually have over your life. It's not about pretending or lying to yourself. It's about shifting your focus to the version of you that has always been there, waiting to be activated. The challenge is simple. For just 24 hours, refuse to entertain any thought that does not serve the person you want to become. Every word you say to yourself is shaping your reality, whether you realize it or not. Your mind is constantly absorbing the messages you feed it, and over time, those messages become your beliefs. If you repeatedly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you always mess things up, that you're unlucky, your mind accepts those statements as facts and starts filtering the world through that lens. Your brain will look for evidence to confirm what you already believe, reinforcing a cycle of negativity that keeps you stuck in the same patterns. On the other hand, when you speak to yourself with confidence, certainty, and power, your mind begins to shift. It starts seeing new possibilities, new opportunities, and new ways to grow. The way you talk to yourself influences the way you feel, and the way you feel determines the actions you take. If you constantly say, I can't do this, you won't even try. If you tell yourself, I'm not good with people, you'll shy away from social situations. If you believe that success is reserved for others, you won't put yourself in positions where success is even possible. But the moment you change the words you use, everything else starts to change. When you wake up and when you say, I have everything I need to succeed, your brain starts focusing on your strengths rather than your weaknesses. The words you use don't just describe your reality, they create it. Your internal dialogue is the foundation of your self-image, and your self-image dictates how you show up in the world. You are always programming your mind, whether consciously or unconsciously, and that programming determines the results you get in life. Most people don't realize that the biggest source of negativity in their lives isn't the world around them, it's their own mind. It's the quiet, constant voice in their head that whispers doubt, fuels fear, and keeps them stuck in a cycle of self-sabotage. It's the voice that tells them they're not good enough, that they'll never succeed, that they don't have what it takes. Over time, these thoughts become beliefs, and those beliefs shape every decision they make. The worst part, they don't even question it. They accept these thoughts as facts, when in reality, they are just bad mental habits built over time. The good news is, just as these habits were created, they can be broken. You are not stuck with the thoughts you've been conditioned to believe. You have the power to rewrite the script, and it starts with breaking the chains of negativity, refusing to let old destructive thoughts dictate your future. The moment you catch yourself saying, I can't do this, you replace it with, I will figure this out. When your mind tells you I always fail, you respond with, every failure is a lesson, and I am getting better every day. It may feel unnatural at first, but that's only because you've spent years reinforcing the opposite. Your brain adapts to whatever you consistently feed it. If you constantly focus on problems, fears, and limitations, that's all you'll ever see. But the moment you shift your internal dialogue to focus on strength, solutions, and possibilities, your reality begins to change. It's not magic. It's not wishful thinking. It's simply training your mind to work for you instead of against you. Every thought you choose is either keeping you trapped or setting you free, and that choice is yours to make. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have, but most people never learn how to use it to their advantage. Every single day, a battle is taking place inside your head, a battle between the version of you that wants to grow, achieve, and break through limits, and the version that wants to stay safe, small, and comfortable. The thoughts you choose to listen to determine who wins that battle. If you let fear, doubt, and negativity dominate your internal dialogue, then you will hesitate, procrastinate, and ultimately stay stuck. But if you take control and intentionally feed your mind with thoughts of strength, confidence, and determination, then you will move forward even when things get difficult. Most people assume they need motivation to take action, but that's not how it works. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes, and if you wait for it, you'll never get anywhere. The truth is, the way you speak to yourself determines how you feel, and how you feel determines what you do. If you tell yourself you're too tired, you won't push yourself. If you say you're not capable, you won't even try. But if you wake up and say, I am focused, I am driven, and I get things done, your brain starts to align with that reality. This is why the most important conversation you have every day is the one you have with yourself. You have to make a choice. Are you going to let your mind work against you, or are you going to train it to work for you? The strongest people in the world aren't the ones who never have doubts. They are the ones who refuse to let those doubts control their actions. Your mind is a battlefield, and if you don't take control of it, someone or something else will. Look, your life isn't controlled by luck. It's controlled by the words you repeat to yourself every single day. So you have two choices. Keep talking to yourself the way you always have and get the same results, or for just one day, rewire your mind, change your words, and see how different your world becomes. The choice is yours. Talk to yourself like you're already the person you want to be. And soon, you won't just be talking about it, you'll be living it.